To everybody in Canada and America, and good evening to everybody in India. Can you all hear me? If you can, please type yes in your chat box. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm pleased to have you all. I hope everybody is doing fine at their place. All your family and friends are doing good among these difficult times of COVID-19 happening all across the globe. Somebody was saying that they can't hear me. Can you all hear me? No audio? Are you sure? Okay. Okay. Can you all hear me? Is the sound okay? Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. So sound is clear. I'm pleased to have you all. And if there is any difficulty, please let me know while we start our today's session. Thank you everyone for joining. I'm really happy to see all of you today. And today we are going to cover chapter number 5 and 6 of Bhagavad Gita. During this presentation, if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to put down your questions and we will discuss it. We'll take a short break during our discussion and we'll take all the questions. I'm really happy to see you all. So let's begin our presentation for today. We will begin with a short meditation. This meditation is on your screen. We all will recite together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you, everyone. So the purpose of doing this meditation is to invite all auspiciousness or invocation prayer, also called as Mangalacharan prayer in Sanskrit, which means that we invite divinity to be with us and help us to get through our task. So our discussion for today is based on the teachings of Bhagavad Gita as it is, which was translated from Sanskrit to English by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. This is brief about me and my teacher. My name Dr.Prashant Jani, and in the middle is my teacher, under whose guidance I am following the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. His name is His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and he is student of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Our objectives for today's presentation are to learn the basics of chapter number 5 and 6 of Bhagavad Gita, try to understand the meaning, and learn how can apply this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita in our daily life, right? So Bhagavad Gita chapter number 5 is called as Nishkama Karma Yoga. And we will understand what does the meaning of the word Nishkama means and how can we put this into practice, Nishkama Karma Yoga. And then we are going to jump into chapter number 6, which is Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana Yoga is a science of meditation. Bhagavad Gita is a book of yoga. It is the book about different types of yoga, how we can put them into practice. So for chapter number 5 and 6, we will understand what is yoga, what are different types of yoga, and understanding method and application of Nishkam Karma Yoga and Dhyana Yoga. So some of this some basics we have already covered in first 3 sessions. Today is the 4th session. We are half the way in our journey of Bhagavad Gita teachings. And this part we have covered. What we are going to talk in next 5 to 7 minutes, we have already covered in first 3 classes. So we will briefly revise it and then we proceed forward. Is everybody okay? Can everybody hear me? Can you see everything on your screen? Yes? Thank you. Thank you, Archana, Nikhil, Ayushi, Helen. Thank you. Thank you, Gary. Okay, so let's proceed further. We did talk about yoga, and maybe we can keep this a little bit interactive. What is yoga? Now, when we say traditional image of a yogi, we have this image in our mind, a yogi sitting in the forest. Somebody is typing. Sir, can you see all of us? So this presentation seminar platform is where I cannot see you all. I cannot hear you. All of you are automatically muted. So don't worry about it. So this is the traditional image of a yogi, where a yogi is sitting in the forest doing meditation on divinity or on a divine person. And that is the classical yoga, right? And when you see yogis sitting in Himalayas or in the forest, this is what they look like. However, the modern day yoga, we just had International Yoga Day, and many of you have celebrated International Yoga Day. I saw quite a few pictures on the Facebook. People were posting their yoga pictures on the International Yoga Day. Did you all celebrate International Yoga Day? If you did, just type yes or no. What did you do on that day? Yeah. Oh, I see a lot of people have celebrated International Yoga Day. And it's a big phenomenon now. Everybody is following the yoga nowadays. So what is the modern day yoga phenomenon? So we see this is the modern day image, and this was the traditional image of a yogi, but the modern day yoga is different now. And we see people stretching their hands. It's just more like a stretching exercises. I don't know how many of you know this type of yoga. People do yoga with dogs. It's called dog yoga, right? And this is another modern day image of yoga where people are working with dogs, or partner yoga. And the dog is a partner here in this case. If you have never seen or heard about it, it's a good time to Google it. Google has all the answers. And then there is another type of yoga called as laughter yoga, where people laugh and they have fun. And then there is another type of yoga which is called as hot yoga. It is not hatha yoga, but hot yoga. So here people, they assemble. This is before COVID-19, and nowadays it won't be allowed. But here people assemble in a very hot room, 100 degrees Fahrenheit probably, and everybody's sweating and they do yoga and all different types of yoga on the planet. So let's learn the word. What is yoga? So there are different types of yoga, as we say. There's a Kriya Yoga, Power Yoga, Bikram Yoga, Hot Yoga. You name it, and people have discovered them. But then, what is the meaning of the word yoga? So yoga literally means linking, And what is this linking about? This is about a linking of body, mind, and soul with super soul. And we talked about it in the second chapter discussion, that the Sankhya Yoga, while talking about Sankhya Yoga, we discussed extensively that yoga is not just the physical exercise. Yoga is nothing external. Yoga is all internal. And what is the yoga is all about? It is connection. And what is that connection about? So connection of mind, connection of body, connection of soul with super soul, Paramatma. So if you have that target, or that is the ultimate aim, then that is the purpose of yoga. Yoga is to make you physically fit, that is for sure. However, yoga has higher purpose. And what is the higher purpose of yoga? Is to establish our lost connection. We all are in this material world and on this Prithvi Loka, or on the earthly planet, and somehow or other we are disconnected. And to connect our mind, body and soul with the Supreme is the ultimate cause or the purpose of yoga. And as we talked about, Bhagavad Gita is a complete book of yoga. Bhagavad Gita teaches us how we can practice different types of yoga. And actually, Bhagavad Gita is a yoga ladder, which means that every chapter of Bhagavad Gita, when we read, it takes us one step closer to the ultimate aim of yoga. So in the second chapter, we talk about Sankhya Yoga, which is a type of a gnana. Gnana means knowledge. Then in the third chapter, we talked about Karma Yoga. I hope everybody remembers what we discussed in the last chapters, last few. And then in the last session, we talked about sacrifice, So that was also part of Gnana Yoga, right? And then Lord Krishna in chapter number 6 talks about Ashtanga Yoga, and that is what we are going to talk today. And ultimately, Lord Krishna teaches us about Bhakti Yoga. So culmination of all the yogas is the ultimate aim, which is Bhakti Yoga, which we are going to talk at the end of this Bhagavad Gita study group, which is the end of all the yoga process. So Gnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. Gnana Yoga is extensively discussed in chapter number 2, chapter number 4. Karma Yoga is extensively discussed in chapter number 3 and chapter number 5. Ashtanga Yoga is described in chapter number 6. And then next few chapters will describe about Bhakti Yoga. So we are going to learn about that as the time progresses. So we talked about Gnana. Gnana means knowledge, and the yoga of knowledge. With the knowledge, we can unite with divinity. With the knowledge, we can get connected with mind, body, and soul. And that is Gnana Yoga. And some of that we did last time, which also includes Sankhya Yoga. And briefly, mind, body, soul, and super soul. We are revising this again every time. Why is that so? Because we tend to forget it. What do we forget always? We always try to identify ourselves with the body. We feel egoistic. We feel that I deserve respect. I deserve everything because I am this body. I have achieved this. But whatever the achievements we have acquired, material achievements, they are going to perish. They're going to get destroyed as soon as this body is finished. And hence, it is very important for us to work on a spiritual platform. And Bhagavad Gita reminds us every chapter that we are not this body, but very soul. And that is the basis of yoga. Unless and until we understand this basic concept of yoga, that we are not this body, but we are the spirit souls, the aim of yoga process will not be complete. So briefly, we have these 5 senses, then we have mind and intelligence, but we are the passenger in this body. We are spirit soul having human experience at this time. And the purpose of this chariot or the vehicle is to get connected, to do yoga, to get connected with the Supreme Divine. And then Lord Krishna talks about the soul, it transmigrates in this body, as well as when the body is finished, the body continuously undergoes changes. And when the body is finished, our soul will go into another body as per the karmas, as per our desires. And then in the third chapter, Lord Krishna talks about karma yoga. So here Lord Krishna tells that karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phal heturbhur mate sangostava karmani. This principle of karma, which was briefly introduced in second chapter, is extensively explained by Lord Krishna in third chapter, how to work without expecting the fruits. And we did talk about it, that we have all the rights to do our duty, but we are not entitled to the fruits of action, because fruits or the results are dependent on so many factors. The results are not in our hands. We work, we do everything best possible, but whether we get results or not, it is not in our hands. And that is what Lord Krishna explained extensively in third chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And then we talked about Jnana Yoga, Divya Jnana Yoga, or transcendental knowledge in the last session. And we talked about Karmano hi api bodhavyam, bodhavyam cha vikarmana, akarmanascha bodhavyam, gahna karmano gati. So here Lord Krishna talks about karma, akarma, and vikarma, right? So let's see how many of you remember akarma. Okay, so Lord Krishna says gahana karmano gati, which means that karma gati, or karma's intricacies are very deep. It is very difficult to understand. What we may do now can fructify immediately, or it might fructify in next life. We never know what will happen. So we should be very conscious while we talk. We should be very conscious while we do any action. We should be very conscious while we perform any activities in our day-to-day life, because we are doing karmas. And sometimes we may feel that nobody's watching me and nothing is going to happen to me. But that is not so. If you do not get the results immediately, you will get the results of the karma at a later date. But the results are guaranteed, right? And then Lord Krishna further talks about akarma. So let's see how many of you remember akarma. Just type what did you understood by akarma last time. Did you read about it? Anything? What is your understanding about akarma? Non-action, no doership. That is true, but we want some practical aspect of akarma. Doing nothing? Okay. Akarma is action with no result, bad deeds. Karma done with surrender to the Lord. Absolutely, absolutely. So that is the correct answer. What does akarma means? So karma means to do action as per the prescribed rules and regulations. Akarma means performing karma as a sacrifice or yagna. So whatever activities we do, for example, you're doing cooking. Cooking is a karma, and in this cooking, we might be killing some bacteria, germs. We are vegetarians, but vegetarian doesn't mean that you don't do anything killing, right? When we are doing cooking, we are also killing some germs and bacteria. And as Krishna said, Gahana Karmano Gati. So what we do in that case? While cooking, we cook it as a yagna, or as a sacrifice. A sacrifice for whom? For Lord Vishnu. And then we say that Lord Krishna, I am performing this for you, and or Creator or God or whatever the name you can say, but we say that thank you, Creator, for giving this opportunity. I'm taking few leafy vegetables or few fruits which are required for me to survive, but I am offering this as a sacrifice or yagna to you. You please accept it and please allow me to use it. So this is an attitude of gratitude while doing the karmas. And in that way, when we do karmas, when we perform our activities with all surrender to Supreme Creator, to whom you might give different names, we do akarmas, then the Creator will take credit of everything, and we are just working as a servant to Creator. So we are trying to minimize our sinful activities and try to purify our existence. The purpose of yoga process is purification. We are trying to purify our existence, and the akarma is the process of purification. So with that, we will proceed to the next part. Okay. Before we proceed to the chapter number 5, let's have some questions, quiz. So what does yoga means? A is asana, B is achieving mystic power, C is to unite with divine. So just type A, B, and C in your answer. What does yoga mean? Yoga means everybody's answering C. Absolutely, absolutely. So that is the real answer, that to unite with divinity, right? It is, asana is a part. Yoga is not to achieve anything mystic power, or yoga is not anything about achieving money, name, fame. That is not the purpose of yoga. That is misuse of yoga. So we have to be really, really conscious when we use the word yoga, and the whole purpose of yoga process is to be uniting with divine process. And then the next one is which of the following are important in yoga system? Body and mind, mind and soul, C is the super soul, and D is the all of the above. So please type A, B, C, D. Which of following are important in yoga process? I see that sir, voice is low. Okay. My voice is clear. So most of you can hear me probably. And the purpose of everybody's answering D, and that is the correct answer. For the yoga process, we need body, we need mind, we need soul, as well as we connect with all this into the super soul. So we did talk about this in detail. And the one last question before we go to the chapter number 5, why one must learn about karma, akarma, and vikarma from chapter number 4 of Bhagavad Gita. A, because it's transcendental. B, to get liberated from material bondage. C, so that one is not bewildered. And D is none of this. So just type A, B, C, and D. And this is excellent. Everybody's answering B, and that is the correct answer. Absolutely. I'm really happy to see everybody is understanding the principles that karma and vikarma. Karma means the doing good activities with expectation of the results. Vikarma is doing bad activities. So both of them have reactions. And when there is a reaction, you will have to take birth again, right? To suffer or enjoy the fruits of actions. However, akarma means you do the actions, offer it as a sacrifice to Vishnu or the Creator or the Krishna, and then you don't have any account balance. And when your account balance is 0, you don't get any birth again. So that is called moksha. Most of you have heard the moksha. One time I was traveling and I saw a sign saying moksha yoga. Moksha yoga means it's a type of yoga process which is Lord Krishna describing here. So some people have discovered various terms using the word yoga, but the main purpose of yoga is to get connected. Okay, so now with that, we'll go to the chapter number 5 for today's session. So chapter number 5 is about Nishkama Karma Yoga, right? So Nishkama, what is Nishkama Karma Yoga? So this is an extension of further explanation about yoga process by Lord Krishna, where he is talking about karma in chapter number 3, but now he is talking more about karma in chapter number 5, because it is very, very difficult to understand word karma. So Lord Krishna says that now, Arjuna, I'm going to tell you about a Nishkama Karma Yoga. What is Nishkama Karma Yoga? Lord Krishna says in 5th chapter, 10th shloka, he says, Sangam Tyaktva Karoti Yaha. So which is, what does he say? He says, Sangam Tyaktva Karoti Yaha, which means that you do your actions, but then you don't get attached to the duty. You don't get attached to the results of it. Surrendering all the results to Lord Supreme Lord, or Vishnu or Krishna here. And he gives example that when you see a lotus in the pond, water cannot touch the lotus leaf. If you see a lotus, water drops usually slides from the leaf. Water is not attached to the lotus, or lotus is not attached to it. Even though the lotus is among the water, it is not attached to the water. Water does not, it cannot stay attached to the lotus leaf. Similarly, we are performing all the activities. However, we should not be attached. And how do we do that practically? So surrendering everything, whatever we do in the mood of attitude of gratitude, that I am able to do this because of the blessings of divine. We try to take credits, but Nishkam Karma Yoga is giving the credits. We are able to talk because of the brain which is given to us by God or by Creator. You cannot create brain in laboratory. You cannot create body parts in the laboratory. All this is given to us by Creator, by God, by Supreme. And hence, when we do this in the mode of attitude of gratitude, that is Nishkama Karma Yoga. And this is extension, this is further explanation of karma yoga, Nishkam Karma, Akarma, and then now Krishna is saying about Nishkama Karma Yoga. So not getting attached. Okay. First thing he said that you are not entitled. In chapter number 3, Lord Krishna says that you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Then in chapter number 4, he says that you perform as a sacrifice. And now he's saying is that even though you get results, you don't become attached to the results. Okay, so it is further explanation. And then Lord Krishna says that when you do this, you become a yogi, which is called as Nishkama Karma Yogi, which means that one who is doing all the activities, all the actions without expectation of the results, as a sacrifice to Lord Vishnu, and even though the results appear, he is not attached to the results of this activity. So here, what happens when we become Nishkama Karma Yogi? So then Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that when you become Nishkama Karma Yogi, your thought process, your behavior changes. And what happens in that state? When you start putting into practice teachings of chapter number 2, chapter number 3, chapter number 4, then the results will appear as explained in chapter number 5. So here Lord Krishna says that if you follow whatever I've told you in first 4 chapters, then what will happen? Lord Krishna says, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastine, which means that when you start following my teachings, which I have told you in chapters 2, 3, 4, then you will start seeing everyone with equal vision. So now what will you see? When you see a person or animal, like he says Brahmana. Brahmana means a small boy, Brahmana boy, or Brahmachari, or you see a very knowledgeable person, or you see Gavi. Gavi means cow, or Hastini means you see elephant also, or you see any birds or insect or reptiles. You see everyone with equal vision, which means you will start seeing super soul, Paramatma within everyone. If you understand that we are all spirit souls, we have been given this different types of body. However, we are all children of Supreme Lord, right? We are all part and parcel of Paramatma. And we all have been given different bodies as per the karmas, as per our desires. However, there is a Atma within everybody and there is a Paramatma within everybody. And then what happens? Then Lord Krishna says, Sthira Buddhir Asamuddho, which means Sthira means study. Buddhi means intelligence. So Lord Krishna says that when you start seeing Atma here and the Paramatma within everyone, right? So what happens? When you see Atma and Paramatma, then your intelligence becomes very stable. You do not hate anybody or you do not envy anybody. You try to be equibalanced with everyone. And in that situation, then you do not get bewildered, right? So one who is a Nishkam Karma Yogi, who has understood that we are not this body, but we are spirit soul. There is Atma and then there is Paramatma. Atma comes from Paramatma, and our only duty as a human being on this planet is to love everybody and to serve everybody by keeping attitude of gratitude towards Creator, God, Vishnu, Krishna, who can be labeled by different names, and by which we remain steady. We do not get disturbed whether we get success or failure. We do not jump very high when we have a lot of success. We do not get depressed when we have failures, because we understand that only right which I have is karmanya eva adhikaraste. I have only right to perform the duty. So when we put this into practice, then we have no bewilderment. We do not get confused. And then we become sukham asakhyam asnute. Sukham means happiness. Asakyam, akshyam means, sukham akshyam asnute. Akshyam means that unlimited, and asnute means enjoying. So then we enjoy unlimited spiritual happiness. People who are attached to the body, they try to enjoy through the bodily happiness or the material happiness. However, a yogi or spiritualist understands that whatever the happiness we derive from this bodily pleasure is temporary. And sometimes bodily happiness or material sense happiness becomes the cause of our problems. We all enjoy eating, but eating is the cause of many diseases. If you eat some of the diet like oily, spicy food or even unhealthy food, then it causes diseases. So sometimes if you try to enjoy through the material senses, that becomes cause of problems. However, when we have a spiritual happiness, when we are connected with the divine through yoga process, and whatever action we do, we offer as a sacrifice, then we are not worried, because we say this is for him, for the creator, for Krishna, and I have not to worried about it. I have not to be worried about it. So such a liberated person, he enjoys unlimited spiritual happiness, because every action he does it for Supreme Divine. And then Lord Krishna says in 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that Kama Krodha Bhavam Vegam. So then once you start practicing these principles, then you can control your karma, your desires, and anger. So a yogi is able to control his karma, lust, greed, and a yogi is able to control his krodha, because he knows that I am beyond this body. I'm not this body. Body is my vehicle. I should not get entangled about the desires of mind and body. I should worry about my spiritual progress, and he works on that. And then Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Such a yogi, if you are true yogi, if yoga process has given some results in your life, then what will happen at the end? If you are a true practitioner of yogi, then first of all, you will start seeing everybody with equal vision. Then you will enjoy unlimited spiritual happiness. You will not worry about the results. And then here Lord Krishna says, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Sarva Bhuta. Sarva means all, Bhuta means living entity, Hite means the welfare, and Rata means getting engaged. So here Lord Krishna says that such a yogi who is Nishkam Karma Yogi, what he will do? He will always think about how can I make others' life happy? How can I bring others to happiness or spiritual life? There are a lot of resources for engaging people into the material happiness. However, a Nishkam Karma Yogi starts thinking that how can I engage more and more people into the spiritual life? So he teaches yoga, but he teaches yoga of spiritual life. He starts saying that, okay, if I teach them something material, that will make them materially happy, but then again, they will have to take another birth, they will have to die again, and then again suffering. How can I give them moksha? How can I give them relief from this cycle of repeated birth, disease, old age, and death? Birth, disease, old age, and death. We get another birth, again suffer. How can I relieve all these people from this repeated cycle? And he always thinks about Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha, always busy, right? So that is the work of Nishkam Karma Yogi. And then Lord Krishna further says about the greatest peace formula at the end of the fifth chapter. Lord Krishna says that if you all really want to be happy, if you really want to be peaceful, most of us really want to be, then the 5th chapter, 29th shloka gives the ultimate peace formula. What is Lord Krishna says? Bhoktaram yagna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suradam sarvabhutanam gnatva mam shantim rachati. What is he saying? He says that Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna that I think we missed something. Are you all connected? Okay, I just try to connect here. Okay, so Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna that Bhoktaram Yagnatasam, that I am the supreme enjoyer of everything, right? And he is the proprietor of everything. There is a creator who is the proprietor of all. And we have to understand this, that He is the only enjoyer of everything. Bhoktaram. Bhoktaram means enjoyer. He is the owner. He is the proprietor of all. Everything belongs to him. We are just temporary, you can say, passengers in this body. Suppose you are renting a house, then the house belongs to the owner. It does not belong to you. So in that case, you don't claim proprietorship over the house. Similarly, this whole material world belongs to Supreme Enjoyer, Creator, Vishnu, Krishna, and Lord Krishna is the ultimate enjoyer of everything. So in that case, we give all the credits, all the proprietorship to him, and we just behave like a tenant. We don't destroy his property. Everything belongs to him, and we just surrender to him in a humble mood and just try our best to serve. And whatever we get, our quota of happiness, we accept it and proceed further. So just to summarize chapter number 5, Nishkam Karma Yoga, Lord Krishna explains to work with complete knowledge of Lord as a proprietor of everything. Then he says that once one becomes a Nishkam Karma Yogi, then he starts seeing everybody with equal vision. Whether one is poor or rich, black or white, everybody is with the equal vision. Right? Male, female, doesn't matter. It's all, we are all spirit souls. Body is really temporary. Sometimes we get good results, sometimes we get bad results, but we keep on working. And never get bewildered. Not to get confused, not to get disappointed any time in our life. Sometimes the conditions are in our favor, but sometimes not. What can we do? We cannot control the conditions around us. What we can control is our actions. Once we become Nishkam Karma Yogi, we start enjoying unlimited happiness, and we can control our Kama and Krodha. And we always think about welfare of everybody. So with that, let me ask you something. Are you all okay? Do you have any questions about chapter number 5? We just finished chapter number 5. And now we are going to continue with chapter number 6. So if anybody has any questions about chapter number 5, we can talk about it. If not, then we will go further to chapter number 6. Does anybody has any questions? No questions. Okay. How Nishkam Karma Yoga is different than Akarma? So Nishkam Karma Yoga is an extension of Akarma. Akarma means offering everything as a sacrifice to Lord Vishnu or Krishna. And Nishkam Karma Yoga is that even after performing, offering the sacrifices, if you get results, do not get attached to the results. Sometimes we become attached and then we again fall into same trap. So Nishkam Karma means always doing karma without getting attached to the results. Difference between Atma and Paramatma. So Preeti ji is asking a question, what is Atma and what is Paramatma? So Atma is the soul, we are all spirit souls. And Paramatma is the source of the spirit souls. Atma and Paramatma are just like two birds sitting on the same tree. I'm going to show you a picture here. Can you see this picture here on your screen? There are two birds sitting on the tree, right? So Atma is one bird and Paramatma is another bird. And Paramatma is within everybody of us. And we all are Atma. In our body, there is Atma and our body is Paramatma. So when we say Namaste, most of us say Namaste. Namaste means we are bowing down to the supreme divine within you. There is a divinity within all of us, and that is Paramatma. So when we say Namaste, which means that we are bowing down to Paramatma within all of our heart. So we can bow down to everybody actually, because that is how we pay respects to Paramatma. So I hope that helps. Why Bela is asking question, why moksha is more superior than compared to taking rebirth and doing welfare of others? Absolutely. So moksha is another form of liberation, and doing welfare for others by keeping Krishna or the Supreme Lord in the center of activity is also another form of liberation. So those who are engaged in welfare of others by keeping Supreme Creator, God, Krishna in the center of all activity, they are as good as liberated people. They don't have to worry about liberation. However, liberation is for those who are entangled in the material world. Hemant has a question. See everyone with equal vision. Does it mean see godliness in everyone? Absolutely. So seeing Atma and Paramatma within everyone. We see Paramatma within animals, within human beings, within rich, poor, black, white, does not matter to it. Jignya, in this materialistic world, to what extent one should go to on performing Nishkam Karma when people around you use you? Well, as I always understand from Bhagavad Gita, that Krishna is telling to Arjuna that this is what we can do as an individual. And when there is raining outside, we can't put umbrella to our whole world. We put umbrella on ourselves. And if everybody uses umbrella, everybody is safe. Similarly, we start the spiritual practice with ourselves. And I've seen that when you put into practice, people around you will ask you a question. Oh, there is some different, there is a change within you. How did that happen? And then they will start asking you that, oh, what process are you following? And as soon as you tell them, oh, I'm following the process of bhakti yoga, oh, that's good, then they will also start asking you and following you. So, but as long as you are fixed to keep on following what is right, be there. So next question is Atma and Jivatma are the same? Yes, Atma and Jivatma are the same. Can we attain moksha in this birth, make this last birth? Absolutely, that is the target of our Bhagavad Gita study. Our Bhagavad Gita study ultimate aim is to make this life as a last life, Can't hear, Meda can't hear me. I hope everybody can hear me. Can you all hear me? Yeah, if you can, please type yes. Atma and Antaratma is the same? Yes, Atma and Antaratma is the same, absolutely. Absolutely. So I think people had a lot of nice questions, and we will proceed to chapter number 6 of Bhagavad Gita, if that is okay. Yeah, Atma and Jivatma are the same. Okay. You dropped out for a few moments, but all is fine now. Thank you, Gary. Thank you. I will. Okay, perfect. So let's proceed. Everybody okay now? Should we go to the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita? If connection is okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So let's go to the chapter number 6 of Bhagavad Gita. Chapter number 6 of Bhagavad Gita is called as Dhyana Yoga. Dhyana means meditation, and here Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna about dhyana or meditation. Now, when you study this chapter, the benefit of this chapter is that when you do dhyana yoga, then first is you increase your focus, right? Your concentration becomes very, very nice, and you become okay, my video is frozen, somebody's saying. I don't know how to correct this now. Let me see if I can do something here. My video is frozen. Somebody's saying, okay, voice is clear. Okay, I don't think I can correct this frozen video thing at this time, because otherwise it will take away all the time which we have here. Yeah, let's get going here. So benefits of chapter number 6 of Bhagavad Gita are numerous. And first of all, it increases our focus, its concentration, our memory is very sharp. It becomes very sharp actually, and it gives us a peace of mind and happiness. So when we go through this chapter number 6 of Bhagavad Gita, we get this ultimate benefits. So let's see what Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna in chapter number 6. As the time is very short, we will not be able to go through all the shlokas. I'm taking important shlokas, highlighting the importance, and then we see how we can put them into practice. So Lord Krishna is telling to Arjuna in saying that he is explaining the process of Dhyana Yoga. Now, Dhyana Yoga is a part of Ashtanga Yoga process. So he's explaining the process of Ashtanga Yoga actually. So what is he saying? He's saying to practice Ashtanga Yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay kusha grass. Kusha grass is a type of grass on the ground and then cover it with soft cloth. The seat should neither be too high nor too low and should be situated in a sacred place. So the place has importance, and what paraphernalia we use in our yoga practice has importance. So he is saying that you should sit in a secluded place, very quiet, isolated place, and then what you should do? You should not too high, not too low seat, have some asana, preferably kusha grass or some sort of a soft natural material, and sit on it, and then place has to be sacred, which means that it has to be quiet and without much of disturbance. Then what he's saying, the yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling mind, senses and activities, fixing the mind on one point. So basically Lord Krishna is explaining the process of Ashtanga Yoga, and I'm going to summarize it for you in the simple words, and then you can read Bhagavad Gita and then learn more from it. So Ashtanga Yoga, Ashta means 8, Anga means limb. So Ashtanga Yoga means the 8 limb process. So what are the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga? It is, first limb is Yama, second is Niyama, third is Asana, 4 is Pranayam, 5th is Pratyahar, 6th is Dharana, 7th is Dhyana, which is the title of this chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Dhyana Yoga. But then to reach up to the Dhyana, we have to complete all the 6 limbs, So Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. That is what Lord Krishna is telling. Ultimate target of this Ashtanga Yoga is to get into Samadhi process. So Yama means to control the senses, right? So here Lord Krishna is saying that there are Yama, Niyama. How do you control the senses? By following rules and regulations. So what are the rules and regulations to be followed? So first is ahimsa. If you are a yogi or you are following the process of yoga, then you have to be non-violent. That is one of the rule of Ashtanga Yoga process. No harming to any other living beings, So purely vegetarian food is preferable. Vegan food is even more preferable. And second part of this yama or rules is satya, which means that truthfulness is very important part of yoga process. Third is asteya, which means no stealing at all. If you don't have, we don't take it from others unrightfully. And fourth is brahmacharya, chastity. These are very important rules of yama process. So there are 4 yama for Ashtanga Yoga: ahimsa, satya, asteya, and brahmacharya. Then what are the niyama? Niyama means healthy habits. If you really want to be yogi, if you really want to progress in your spiritual life, if you really want to put Bhagavad Gita into practice, then niyama and yama both are very important. If you don't have these healthy habits, then all further limbs of yoga process will not work. So one step at a time. So first is yama, 4 rules and regulations. Then niyama. Niyama means shaucha. Shaucham. First means shaucha means cleanliness, purity, cleanliness of body, cleanliness of mind, cleanliness of speech. So shaucha means clean. Then santosha, contentment. Whatever we acquire in our day-to-day life, with our hard work, just be satisfied. If you are not satisfied, the mind will not be stable and yoga process will not work. Then tapa. So third niyama is tapa, which means austerity. And that we talked last time in 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, what are different types of austerities or sacrifices. And swadhyaya, study of literature for our self-development. And 5th is Ishvara Pranidhan. This is the very important niyama of a yogi. Yogi is surrendered. Yogi is surrendered to Supreme or the Creator. And then is the asana. Asana we all know, right? Everybody of us are practicing different types of asana. So there are so many asanas nowadays available on YouTube. People are teaching online. And this is the third limb of Ashtanga Yoga process. So, but to practice asana, one need to follow yama and niyama. Then only asanas will give benefit. Otherwise, it will be half-hearted process. So, asana, there are rules and regulations. When you do asana, your stomach should be empty. You should not do asanas after eating. Then, while doing asana, one should not use force or any pressure. It has to be a gentle process. And why we do asana? Asana improves our flexibility, our strength. They improve our balance. A lot of physical benefits. It reduces our stress, anxiety. Some people who have a back problem, those are known to be reduced by the asanas. So asanas do help physically. If you're doing asanas, our breathing has to be controlled. And Lord Krishna explains about pranayam process in Bhagavad Gita in 6th chapter. So you can learn more about pranayam. And then relaxation is also sukhasana or shavasana. At the end of asana, just relax for a while. So these are some of the niyamas, rules and regulations for asana process. Then Lord Krishna explains about pranayam, and this is what we are going to talk about. So pranayam means, prana means life, ayam means control. The air is also called prana, and how we control our breathing process. That is pranayam, right? And Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 4, 2.9, also explains extensively about process of pranayama in addition to chapter number 6. And here there are various types of pranayams, but pranayama has benefits. What does it do? It cleanses the nasal passages, lungs. It strengthens and improves our lung capacity. And it makes our mind steady, calm, refreshing. And it benefits in stress-related disorders. And there are different types of pranayam. And you can learn all about this on YouTube or from your teachers. However, if you do pranayam in an improper way, it can cause a lot of damage. So make sure you follow rules and regulations, and and use the pranayama as a proper medium for your self-development. So this is the fourth limb. So yama, niyama, asana, and then pranayama. And the next limb of Ashtanga Yoga is pratyahara. Pratyahara, ahar means to eat, or ahar means to take anything within ourselves. Also, prati means to control, So what does pratyahara means? Pratyahara means controlling the senses or controlling our intake of food and all the other items which we take through the senses. So Lord Krishna explains about pratyahara process in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is he saying? Yuktahara viharascha yukta chetasya karmashu yukta swapna bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. So this is the process of regulation or controlling. So what is Lord Krishna saying? Yukta. Yukta means regulated. So he's saying that he who is regulated in his habits of eating, sleeping, recreation, and work can mitigate all the material pains by practicing yoga system. So if you want to be a successful yogi, then discipline is very important, right? Without discipline, there is no success. So what is Lord Krishna saying? That yukta ahara. Ahara means food. So you should not eat too much or not too less. If you eat too much, what will happen? You feel sleepy and you will not be able to do yoga. If you eat too little, you will become weak. So we have to have a balanced diet. And the balanced diet, everybody's balanced diet is different, depending upon your bodily composition, your activities. But Lord Krishna is saying that you have to be balanced in yukta ahara viharasya. Vihar means enjoyment, So entertainment. So we all need entertainment in our life. We have different types of entertainment. Some of us like traveling. Some of us like watching some shows. Some of us like reading. Entertainment is of different types. However, the entertainment has to be in the mode of goodness. If the entertainment is in the mode of passion or ignorance, then it doesn't help. So what is Lord Krishna saying? That whatever the entertainment you do in the mode of goodness, that also has to be regulated. Not too much, not too less. Little bit here and there is good, right? And then what Lord Krishna says, yukta chetasya karmashu. So you have to, your karma means work. We all work very hard, right? Chetasya means chetasya karmasu. Chetasya means to work for the maintenance, and karma is to perform our duties. So whatever the work we are doing, whatever the activities we are doing, whatever the job we are doing, just do enough to survive, not endeavor too much. I've seen people work very hard. I mean, they have to work hard because their requirements are big. Their expenses are too big, But if we have just bare necessities, whatever is required, then we can reduce a lot of problems in our life. Sometimes our family needs something, or then we have to work hard. But then again, we have to be regulated, which means that not to work to that extent that our physical health suffers. And then Lord Krishna is saying that swapna yukta swapna bodhasya. Swapna bodhasya means to sleep and wakefulness. Bodhasya means wakefulness. Swapna is to sleep. So not to sleep too much or not to sleep too less. Sleep is a very important part of yoga process. If we sleep less than 6 hours, science has proven that people who have less sleep, they get heart disease, they get a lot of problems, mental stress. Some of them can aggravate associated other diseases as well. And those who sleep too much, like, there is a study done that there are some people who sleep more than 8 hours. Some people sleep for 12, 15 hours. First is that they lose valuable time of their life. And second, too much sleep is also associated with diseases, especially heart disease and blood pressure. So eating too much, eating too less, sleeping too much, sleeping too less, having too much entertainment or having no entertainment at all, or working too hard or not working at all. So all these are imbalances. And what is Lord Krishna saying? Lord Krishna is saying that you have to be regulated. Yukta hara viharasya, yukta chetasya karmashu, yukta swapna bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. So if you can practice this balanced life of yoga, then you can overcome all the problems. Dukkha. Dukkha means material problems. So a lot of material problems will go away if we follow this formula of Lord Krishna. And what is Lord Krishna further saying in Bhagavad Gita? He is saying that you then follow. So once you have a pranayam, you have a yama, niyama, asana, then you have done pranayam, then you have done pratyahara, then you do dharana, and then you do dhyana. So what is dharana? Right? Let's see. How many of you know word dharana? Just type whatever you know about word dharana. Or what is difference between dharan and dhyana? Do you know? Just share your experience. Or what is the word dharana means? What is the word dhyana means? Assuming. Okay. Anybody else wants to type anything? What is dhyana and dharana? What is the difference? Dhyana is focus, one-pointed attention. Dhyana is meditation. Focusing at one point. Dhyana is meditation. Dharana is a practice. Expected. Assumption, dharana. Dhyana means meditation. Dharana is views. So what you wear is dharana. Try focusing. Dharana is concentration. Dharana is assumption. Dharana is concentration. Okay, dharana is selecting an object for concentration. Dhyana is deconcentrating. So I see that people have various understanding, and let's clarify this today so that we are all on the same page. Are you all ready for the next part? So what is dharana and what is dhyana? So this is where the Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 leads us to. That what is dharana? So dharana is our commitment to focus the mind on one breath, one mantra, or one sensation, which means it is like focusing on one particular subject for a short period of time, like say less than about 6 seconds. That is dharana. Okay. For example, there is a water flowing from a tap, drop by drop, and then you focus on the drop. One drop, two drops. And then after a while, you are not able to focus. That is short focus or short concentration is dharana. However, when you can focus it for a sustained period of time, so say you are able to focus for 6 seconds, and now you practice this dharana so much that now you can do it for a sustained period of time. Say you are able to do it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. That is dhyana. So dharana is a focus or a concentration for a short period of time. And most of the time it is about anywhere between, we are able to focus on one particular object for anywhere between 6 to 13 seconds. Because within that, our mind starts thinking a different thought. Our mind is very chanchala, which means it thinks a lot. So try doing dhyana for some time. It's not possible. As soon as you sit, uh, your mind will be able to keep it quiet for a few seconds, and then it will run away. It will start thinking something else. But then when you practice dharana for a longer time, then it culminates into dhyana. So sustained practice of dharana leads to dhyana. It is just like, if you are focusing on drops of water, and now you are able to focus on an entire stream of water. That is dhyana. So is everybody with me on dharana and dhyana? Does it make sense? Yes. So we start with dharan, and our ultimate is to reach dhyana and then to samadhi. So what is dharana, dhyana, and samadhi? So dharan is short focus, like say a 6 second, 10 seconds, and then dhyana is a longer period, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, and samadhi is always. So one who is in samadhi is always able to focus on supreme at a time, at always, every second of the time he is into samadhi. So that is a end result of Ashtanga yoga process. Okay. So yes, there are various methods of dharana. Trataka is a dharana process. So Trataka means Trataka meditation, which means people put a light or a lamp or a candle and focus on the candle. That is a dharana. So there are various processes of dharana process. And then when you start doing it for a longer time, it becomes dhyana. But you can't do it for always. So then samadhi is very difficult with those type of meditations. So we're going to talk about it. So what Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna, that if you really want to progress now from yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, now you are doing dharana. We all will plan to do dharana. And then if you want to do dhyana also, then what is important is here, how to do it. So he says, Atmeva hi atmano bandhur, Atmeva ripuratmana. So what is Lord Krishna saying? That to do dharana and dhyana, mind is very important part of whole process. Even in yoga process, mind is very important. So what Lord Krishna is saying? That one must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well. So mind is very important part of the entire yoga process. And in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 5th sloka, Lord Krishna is saying that we should deliver ourselves. Deliver means we should help liberate ourselves with the mind. They say mind your business, but I am going to say mind your mind, because mind is a very tricky organ of our body. We cannot see it, but it is there within all of us. And we did talk about mental disorders some time back. Mental disorders are on rise on the planet. People have depression, people have schizophrenia, people have eating disorders, bipolar disorders, maniac disorders, addictions. All these are mental disorders. So what is Lord Krishna saying? This mind can become your friend, or this mind can become your enemy. A mind, if it becomes a friend, you can do wonders. You can achieve anything in your life. There is no limit if your mind cooperates with you. But this mind is the place where all negativity lies. Everything like lust, anger, greed, enviness, all this is the sitting place of those emotions are in the mind. So Lord Krishna is saying that you must control your mind. And he's saying further, chapter number 6, shloka number 6. He's saying, for him who has conquered the mind is the best of the friends. But for one who has failed to do so, his mind will remain the greatest enemy. So the purpose of all this exercise of Ashtanga yoga process is one way to control the mind. And to make the mind as our best friend. Sometimes our mind wants to do something which are not healthy, not required. But we fall into this process of mind trap. So if we cannot control the mind, then mind will become our greatest enemy. I'm going to tell you a short story. This is a real-time story which happened in the life of an engineer. Now, this engineer was working in Germany. This is there on the internet. This was published in all the newspaper. This was widely known. This engineer was working in a refrigeration company. And the refrigeration company's work was to repair the refrigerated cars of railways. Railways have refrigeration car or refrigerated compartments. Those who transport frozen goods. So the railways have this frozen good compartment, and in that all the frozen goods are stored and transported from one city to another or one country to another, like that. So this engineer was called upon to repair this refrigerated compartment of a train. And what happened is that when the engineer went inside the compartment, the door got locked from outside. And it got locked in such a way that he could not open the door from inside. And train started moving. Now, when train started moving, the engineer who was caught in the refrigerated compartment inside started shivering. And he was experiencing all the symptoms of cold. So he was shivering, his hairs were standing on, and he was really, really cold. And he tried to knock the door, he tried to shout, but nobody was there. And by the time the train arrived the next station, and when somebody opened the door, the engineer was dead inside. He died due to a disease called as hypothermia. Hypothermia is a phenomenon when you are exposed to the serious or severe cold environment. All the body system slows down, including your respiration, and you succumb to the death. So this person died due to hypothermia. However, when they did study the train compartment and they did investigate the death, they found that throughout the journey, the train compartment air conditioner or frozen refrigeration system was not working. It was a normal room temperature. Even though it was normal room temperature, this person imagined in his mind that the refrigeration is working, and he got all the signs and symptoms of hypothermia. So our mind controls our internal environment, and we have seen time and again that sometimes people, when they hear shocking news, they get shocked, and some of them die actually on the spot. People die in unfortunate circumstances, while they are traveling, or because they hear some shocking news, because our mind is so powerful that it controls everything within our body. And that is what Lord Krishna is saying, that mind can become your friend or enemy. People who are succumb to drugs or addiction, they know that this is not good for them, but they are not able to control their mind. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna, hey Arjuna, if you can control your mind, the mind will become your best friend. And if you cannot, then mind will become your enemy. Then what Arjuna says? Arjuna says, oh Madhusudana, you are talking about this Ashtanga yoga system, you are talking about this mind control. But Arjuna says this is not practical. And mind is so powerful and restless and unsteady that I cannot control it. He says, Chanchalahi manha Krishna pramadhi balvad dradam. He says, mind is so restless, Krishna. It is turbulent, it is obstinate, and is very, very strong. I cannot control the mind. Arjuna says, I can control the wind, but I cannot control the mind. And most of you will agree that controlling the mind is a very difficult process. You can try hard, but mind control is beyond possible. Sometimes it becomes really, really difficult. You ask the people who suffer from the mental disorders. They try very hard. People who are succumbed to addictions, they try very hard for the mind control. They give so much positive suggestions to them. There are various ways, you can do this. But mind control is very, very difficult. Do you all agree with me? Mind control process? Yeah? Do you all agree? Do you all correlate with it? Mind is very difficult, Right? Yeah, everybody is on the same page. Actually, try doing meditation for 5 minutes and you will realize how powerful is your mind. Mind is very, very difficult. So then when Arjuna says to Krishna, you are asking me to do all this Ashtanga yoga process. You're asking me to sit on the kusha grass, then focus your mind. Then you're asking me to follow this yama and niyama. Then you are asking me to follow this pranayam. You're asking me to do pratyahara. But he says to Krishna that what you're talking is very impractical. Do you all agree with Arjuna that what Krishna is saying is impractical? Or it is not possible for our Kali Yuga cycle? Can we all do this in our daily life? It's very difficult, So, and then again, Lord Krishna is saying mind control to Arjuna. So then, Lord Krishna, so Arjuna is asking on our behalf. The Bhagavad Gita is a very practical book. It is nothing theory. And Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna, and Arjuna is asking a question, very practical question. Chapter number 6, 33 and 34. Arjuna is saying, Krishna, you might be, Madhusudana, it might be easy for you. But for me, 5,000 years ago, it was not practical for Arjuna. And he was in the Dwapar Yuga when Lord Krishna is standing in front of him. Right? So he's saying that Krishna, it is not practical. Then how about the person like you and me, who we are suffering in this Kali Yuga, and our mind is even more turbulent because of the social media and so many things going around us. We are more disturbed now than Arjuna also. So Arjuna says, I cannot do this. You tell me something which is practical. And then what Lord Krishna says? So Lord Krishna further tells to Arjuna to answer his question, 6th chapter, 35 shloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Asamshayam Mahabhavo Mano Durnigraham Chalam Abhyasena tu Kaunteya Vairagyena cha Grahyate. So Lord Krishna says, Arjuna, undoubtedly it is very difficult to control the mind. Mind is very, very difficult, It's just like a monkey. Monkey keeps on jumping from one tree to another. Similarly, our mind keeps on jumping from one thought to another. They say in a day, we get 60,000 thoughts. And the same number of thoughts in the night time. So like almost more than 100,000 thoughts go through our mind every single day. So you count how many thoughts in a lifetime, So Lord Krishna is saying that, Arjuna, I also agree with you that whatever you are saying is correct. Mind is very difficult. It is restless. However, Lord Krishna is saying, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grahyate. Abhyasa means practice. So Lord Krishna is saying that even though it is difficult, you can do it by practice. And then Lord Krishna is going to explain about the practice process also. So he's saying that it is possible by suitable practice. There are various practices which are not suitable to us in this life, in this Kali Yuga. So Lord Krishna is going to guide us on this. Do you want to know about this more, or what should we do, or should we take question answers here? Let's see. Should we continue, or should we take question answers? Okay, questions, want to know more, continue. Okay, I think majority are saying that we continue. Okay, everybody is interested in knowing the Lord Krishna's explanation. So let's see what Lord Krishna is saying here. Yes, Bhagwan, Lord Krishna is expressed here as Bhagwan. And Lord Krishna is saying that Asamshayo Mahabaho. Mahabaho means Arjuna was a great fighter. Maha means great. Baho means mighty armed, Mahabaho. So you are right, Arjuna, you are absolutely correct. Mind is very difficult. However, I'm going to tell you a practice. Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna that, Arjuna, I'm going to tell you two things. One is a practice, and second is detachment. If you follow these two principles, then you will be able to achieve the mind control. So what he's saying, yato hi nischalati manaschanchala astiram tatastato niyama etad atmani evcha vasam nayet. So he says, while doing abhyas, and I'm going to tell you about abhyas process, but then while doing this, if your mind starts wandering due to its flickering nature, yata means wherever. Nischalati becomes agitated. So whenever your mind becomes agitated while you're doing meditation or japa or focusing or concentration, tata, at that time, whenever it goes away, you bring it back. Goes, bring it back. Grows, bring it back. That is one practice you have to do. Nothing is possible without practice. You cannot be an Olympic winner just by one day practice in swimming. You have to do practice every single day. So what is Lord Krishna is saying? That whenever you are practicing, whenever mind will go away, bring it back. And bring it back under self-control. And then what he says? Yo mam pashyati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashyati. And then next step is that instead of doing any other focusing, try to focus on me. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra. See me everywhere and see everything in me. I am never lost, nor is he lost to me. So here Lord Krishna is saying that while it might be difficult for you to dharana and dhyana, what you can do is you start practicing and seeing Paramatma everywhere. And that is the best dhyana or dharana you can ever do. So we can do meditation on Supreme, and Lord Krishna explains that while you're doing meditation on Supreme, Absolute Truth, which is Vishnu or Krishna or Paramatma or Creator, try to see Creator everywhere and try to meditate upon Him. That is the best type of dhyana or dharana you can do. So you can do it with open eyes, or you can do it with closed eyes. You can do it while walking, you can do it while talking. You can do it while sleeping, you can do it while doing your activities. Because you try to see Paramatma or Creator or Vishnu or Krishna everywhere. And my Guru, Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada taught me this science of application of 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And what did they teach me? They taught me about mantra meditation. Because what happens with mantra is that whenever this mantra is going in your mind, actually we are getting connected, and there is a scientific evidence on this which we are going to share today. So the word mantra, everybody has heard the word mantra? Yes? Tell me, what do you understand by word mantra? Just type it in your screen. What does word mantra mean? Mantra means chanting, okay. Bija mantra, somebody saying bija mantra. Parul is saying chant. accumulation of bija letters. Okay. Then chanting, everybody is saying chanting, Nidhi Desai, anything that is repeatedly, continuously. Mantra are the few words which we repeat. Chanting is God's name, concentration on chanting, mind projection, chanting again the same word, syllable, repetition of one word, chanting God's name, chanting, prayer, syllables. Okay, so everybody has different understanding of word mantra. Let's see what it is. So mantra is a Sanskrit word and it's combination of two words, man and tra, right? So man means mind and tra means to deliver, right? So mantra is what? So mantra is the combination of letters, words, Sanskrit words, which helps us to liberate our mind from stress, anxiety, all sorts of worries. And these words or mantras are not created by human beings actually. These words and mantras were created by scientists millions of years ago. However, our science have done some research on effects of mantra on the body. And there are great scientists, doctors who have done this. And I'm going to share you some scientific evidences where mantra helps us to focus, to meditate, and to relieve our stress and anxiety in our life. So what is Lord Krishna saying here? That you meditate on me. And our science is saying that if you meditate on Supreme using mantras, then what happens? So there are quite a few papers published. I'm going to share with you some of the papers here on your screen, and then I'm going to upload some of the papers, articles on my end, and I'm going to send it to you on your screen. So I'm going to share one document with you, and you can, when I say share now, then you will see some PDF document arriving on your screen. And you can download it and read it, not now, but read it after our presentation is done. And I'm going to share you another document with you, Mantra on Mind. These are scientific papers, which I'm going to share it with you. These articles are scientific evidences. What Lord Krishna is saying is absolutely true. So I shared 2 Word documents, 2 PDF documents. Save it on your screen or on your desktop and read it at the later date. So I'm going to present the summary of those papers, articles. So what is Lord Krishna saying and what our science is saying? Krishna is saying that you practice of meditation upon me, which is mantra meditation. And there's an article which is published in British Medical Journal, which was effect of mantra on our body. And what is it saying? The article says that those people who regularly practice mantras or japa or meditation, mantra meditation, what happens to them? So on the left side is the people who do not practice mantra, and on the right side is the people who practice mantra. So you can see that the spontaneous breathing, which is our regular breathing, in the people who practice mantra meditation, it becomes more like a rhythmic and controlled process. Respiratory rate is also very well controlled, and the blood pressure is also, this diastolic blood pressure is very much controlled. And then this is the transcranial blood flow here, which is very higher. So people who practice mantra meditation, they have a significant transcranial blood flow, which means that the brain gets better nutrition. So their heart rate is controlled, blood pressure is controlled, all the parameters are within normal limits or very well controlled, and their transcranial blood flow, the blood flowing to the blood going to the brain, the blood flow improves. So this is the practice which my guru, my teacher, taught me as a science of dharana or dhyana in a regular manner. So you can take some mantra and practice it, and your mind will become focused on the mantra, and you can control. Man means to mind, and tra means to deliver, or control. So you can control your mind using mantra. Now, there was another message which I shared some time back about water. And this is a scientist about which we talked in chapter number 3 discussion. That scientist name is Emoto, and he proved that our sound vibration has effect on the water molecules, and our body is entirely water. So those people who do regular mantra meditation, their water molecules in their body are very nicely organized, and they feel in balance. So science has proven time again and again that mantras do help. Mantra meditation do help. It's a practice, and people who do mantra meditation, mantra meditation is form of a dharana, when you can do mantra for a short period of time. When it becomes dhyana, when you can do for longer time. And if you can do mantra always, while walking, cooking, while doing any other activities, let mantra go in the background, so that becomes your practice of dharana and dhyana. There's a great saint, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared 500 years ago in India. He says that Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Eva Kevalam, Kalau Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Nasti, Eva Gatiranyatha, which means that in this age of Kali Yuga, this mantra meditation is the only way to deliver. There is no other way. And then mantra meditation has some requirements. One is for faith, and another is to practice in devotion. And there are different mantras, There are thousands of mantras. If I start telling you mantras, the whole day will go, right? So let's see what mantras we can chant, There's one mantra we chant always, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Then there is another mantra, Gayatri mantra, Om Bhurvuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Then there is another mantra, Mahamrutyunjay mantra, which is Om Trambakam Yajamahe Shugandim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukmiv Vandanam Mrityu Muksham Amrutam. Then Shanti mantra, Om Sahanavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahavirya Karvavahe Tejasvinadamastu Ma Vidvishamahe Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Then this is Ishopanishad mantra, Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamujyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So there are innumerable types of mantras. So question is that which mantra should we chant? Very, very important question. Now, all these mantras have various rules and regulations. These mantras are just like medicines, like there are various types of medicines. One is antibiotic, another is painkiller. There is some antibiotic which are muscle relaxant, and there are various types of medicines. So every medicine has different utility. Suppose somebody has a heart disease, you cannot give them antibiotics, right? So what can we do here? So all these mantras have different utilities. And the mantra, like say Gayatri mantra, Gayatri mantra is to be chanted in a very pure form. So Gayatri mantra will give impact. The rules and regulations of Veda or the scripture is that if you chant Gayatri mantra early in the morning like between 1.5 hours before sunrise, Brahma Muhurta, between say 4:30 to 6 o'clock, Then, and under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. So you have to get an initiation, diksha from your guru, and then you chant this mantra. Then this will have impact. Not everybody of us is Brahmana or initiated. Not everybody else can get up early in the morning, 4:30. So then this mantra is not prescribed. And similarly, all other mantras, all the mantras have certain rules and regulations. However, there is a Upanishad which is called as Kaliyantara Upanishad. Kalisantara Upanishad, which means the Upanishad for the current age of Kali Yuga. And in this Upanishad, this Maha Mantra has been prescribed to be the medicine for this current age of Kali Yuga. So this mantra is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the mantra which is prescribed for this current age of Kali Yuga. So then Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna that if you decide to practice this meditation science, mantra meditation or dharana or dhyana or samadhi in a most practical way with the mood of detachment, then what will happen? So Lord Krishna is saying, Yoginam api sarvesham madagatendaratmana shraddhavan bhajante yomam same yukta tamo mataha. So then Lord Krishna says that if you do that, and of all the yogis, one with great faith, who always abides in me, think of me within himself, and renders transcendental service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga, and is the highest of all the yogis. So Lord Krishna is saying that yogi nam api sarvesham. So among all the yogis who are practicing all different types of yogas, but the yogi who is always mata gatentar atmana, which means always thinking about me. So if we have this practice of remembering, me means Krishna, So here Lord Krishna is saying that if you are any yogi who remembers me always, then he is the best of all the yogis, right? And he is most intimately united with me in the yoga process, in the highest of all. So if you want to really achieve the success of yoga process, then we need to start involving remembrance of Creator, remembrance of Vishnu, remembrance of Krishna in our day-to-day life. And how can we do that? Well, we can do that by simple process of remembering mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, when you chant this mantra, you don't become Hindu. When you chant this mantra, you don't give up your religion. When you chant this mantra, you do not become attached to any particular sect or culture or society. This is a yoga mantra which is prescribed in the Upanishad, Kalisantara Upanishad, and which is the prescribed medicine for the current age of Kali Yuga. So wherever you get a chance, just remember this simple mantra and start practicing in your day-to-day life. Then it will make your life very simple, easy, and will make you the highest of all yogis. With that, we will do some quiz now, and then we'll take some questions. So which one of the following are both friend and enemy of oneself? A, B, C, and D. Let's start answering the question. Which is the friend and which is the enemy? So mind, absolutely, everybody is on the right page. Everybody's answer is correct. Mind can be our friend, mind can be our enemy. What is the effect of controlling one's mind? One follows the dictation of super soul, one is unaffected by dualities of material existence, both A and B, and D. So let's put that answer. If you control the mind, what happens? Absolutely. Absolutely, everybody is correct. Answer is C. If we can start controlling the mind using mantra meditation process, then we get connected with super soul, Paramatma. And when we are connected with Paramatma, a child who is connected with his parents or her parents, he doesn't have to worry because the parents are going to take care of him or herself. Similarly, if we continuously keep on chanting this mantra meditation, and we are always connected with Paramatma, super soul within us, then we will follow the dictation of Paramatma and we will not be affected by the success or failure. So the answer is C here. Then which of the following is required for the yoga practice? A secluded place, grass on the ground, mind and senses controlled and fixing, all of this, A, B, C, D. Absolutely, the answer is D. Yeah, we need to, if it is a quiet place, it is a nice practice, But for mantra meditation, this is for Ashtanga yoga process. But for mantra meditation practice, you don't need this. I mean, if you have this, this is nice, but mantra meditation can be done at any place. Okay, so who can perform yoga among the following? One who eats and sleeps too much, one who eats or sleeps too little, both of this or none of this. A, B, C, D. Who can do yoga properly? Absolutely, absolutely. This is a tricky question, but the answer is correct. So if you eat too much or if you eat too less, you can't do. And if you sleep too much or sleep too less, you cannot do that. Controlled process. Now, there is no material misery for a person who is regulated in his work and speech, sleep and wakefulness, bodily activities, all of the above. So, it's all about balance. Absolutely, balancing the life. And the answer is correct. D is the correct answer. So with that, I want to thank all of you for being part of today's program. With that, we are completing chapter number 6 of Bhagavad Gita. I will take all the questions for next 10 minutes. If you have any questions, please type it in your chat box. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Chetan. Thank you, Riva. Thank you, Sonal. Thank you, Archana ji. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you, Lajju. Thank you, Dr. Anita. Thank you, Atul ji, Riva, Hari Kumar ji, Anand, Charu ji, Paru ji, Suresh ji, Deepika, Dhruv. Any questions? Anybody has any questions on this? Mantra should be chanted loudly or in mind? Very nice question. Mantra can be chanted loudly or in mind. If we chant loudly, make sure you don't disturb others because not everybody is in the same frame of mind. So just be sensitive. Does mantra meditation always have to be initiated by a teacher? No, mantra meditation can be done by anybody. You can do it at any period of time without. It's a very simple process. It's prescribed for the Kali Yuga. Kali Santra Upanishad prescribes that the best yoga process or best meditation process in the Kali Yuga is the chanting the mantras. So, any other questions? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Thank you. Where to learn proper pronunciation of mantras? Okay, you can. You can learn the pronunciation by practice. So just repeat it, and then you will learn it. Actually, can we chant before meditation? Yeah, of course you can do chanting any period of time. There is no restriction on it. Then let's do more questions. Mantras can be chanted anytime. Yes, we know it's bad to hurt people, you disrespect you, but how to avoid that and keep yourself unhurt by reaction? Well, just be compassionate to the people who are hurting you, because they don't know what karma they are doing. When somebody hurts us, they are doing bad karma, and that is going to come back to them. So we pray to Lord that, okay, they are ignorant, please excuse them, and let them not suffer of this karma, because whosoever does bad to you, they are creating their negative balance, and we should be compassionate. If somebody does bad to me, I feel bad to them, that, oh my God, now he will have to suffer this. What a misery. So I pray that he has done bad, but please allow him to excuse himself. Can you share your mantra meditation? Of course, your mantra, the Kali Yuga, you can share Maha Mantra, not secret mantra. There are some mantras people keep secret, but what is the use of keeping secret if it is beneficial? Right? If I have a medicine for against coronavirus or COVID-19, it should not be kept secret. It should be given to everybody. Similarly, mantras are going to relieve your anxiety. Why should we keep it secret? You should give it to everybody. You can share with everybody. Time of chanting, yeah. So for different mantras, there are different timings. But for Maha Mantra, which is the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. For this mantra, there is no timing because this is for Kali Yuga. You can do it in the morning, evening, afternoon, before taking shower, after taking shower, while taking shower, before eating, after eating, during eating, before sleeping, during sleeping, after sleeping. Anytime you can do this mantra because this is prescribed for Kali Yuga. My guru gave me a mantra. Of course, if your guru has given you mantra, please practice it faithfully and honestly. And if you want, you can add this Maha Mantra practice in your life. Savita has a question. Reading scriptures or mantra japa, what is more powerful? Of course, for the current age of Kali Yuga, mantra japa is very powerful. There are different kinds of dhyana, meditation, vipassana. Any form would be okay, right? Lina ji has a question. Yes, all these different types of meditation processes helps us to build our spiritual practice. So keep on doing what you're doing. If you're doing vipassana, keep on doing it. And along with that, if you wish, you can add mantra meditation. Mantra meditation is prescribed medicine for our current disease of stress and anxiety. And if you keep on chanting it every day, I have found difference within myself. I've been practicing this japa for mantra meditation for last 15 years, and I found a lot of positivity within me. So whatever I'm able to do, this webinars and these seminars and all these activities I do is the power of this mantra. I believe me, I was not like this 20 years back or 30 years back, but all this is blessings of mantra. So if you really want to harness the power of mantra, start doing it every day. This is my experience. I'm sharing it with you. Then mantra meditation or chanting, what is more powerful? As I shared with you all my experience, I am really benefiting out of mantra meditation. It is really powerful. It works for you. It works in many people's life. I have seen it happening. Why can't you see questions that are being typed by others? I don't know about the answer for that. Is Vipassana type of mantra meditation? Kalpesh ji, I am not a Vipassana practitioner, so I will not be able to comment upon that. However, anything which helps you to practice, to make your life easy, please keep on practicing. Don't give it up. And along with that, if you can add mantra, that will like icing on the cake, So a cake with icing will look really nice. So a life with mantra meditation or spirituality or yoga practice with mantra will be really, really beautiful practice. Any mantra can be chanted without initialization, Sonal has a question. You can chant mantra without initiation. And the mantra prescribed for current age of Kali Yuga is the Maha Mantra. Thank you so much. Bela, what is the meaning of brahmacharya? Is it only for an unmarried? So brahmacharya is controlling your life where you associate with your partner. Even if you are married, it has to be a regulated part. Then dharana is the step one for dhyana. Yes, so you do dharana and then reach to the stage of dhyana. Which mantra do you regularly use? Can you share with us? Yes, I chant this mantra as I shared with you earlier. I'm going to share it with you again. This is the mantra which I practice every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is a mantra which has been given by Upanishad, which is called Kali Santara Upanishad, and you can practice it every single day. Let's see. No, Vipassana is not a mantra meditation. Leena is answering somebody's question. Thank you. Looking forward to the next class. Next class, we'll finish chapter number 7, 8, possibly 9, because we want to keep the pace. We have to finish 18 chapters. Thank you, Kejalji. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dilip has a question. Should we chant only one mantra always? If you chant multiple mantras, you'll get confused. It's too much for our brain, little brain, to absorb. So keeping simple is easy and practical. So I would just keep to one mantra, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Thank you very much, Aarti, Sonal. Thank you, Savina ji. Thank you, Leena ji. Thank you, everybody. With that, I'm really thankful. Please read the article which I sent it to you, if whenever you get a chance, where scientifically explain the benefits of mantra meditation. Lots of science behind it. Those who are in the WhatsApp group, please participate in the WhatsApp group. If you are not in the WhatsApp group, send me a message. I will send you a link for the WhatsApp group and be part of it. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you, Sonal. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you. And wish you all good evening in India, good morning in Canada, America. Pleasure to see you all in a great number. More than 100 people participate today, so that is really nice. Leena ji is not in the WhatsApp group. Let me send you the link for the WhatsApp group. 1 second, I will send you a link for WhatsApp group. Just give me 2 seconds. When you join the WhatsApp group, you will be asked 3 questions. How many shlokas in Bhagavad Gita? Total shlokas are 700. Why do you want to join the group? And they will ask you your email address. So I'm sending you the link. Click this link and join the. Here is the link for the Bhagavad Gita group. I'm sending you in the chat box. Here is the link. So please click the link, join the Facebook book. Did I say WhatsApp group? Oh my God, I said it by mistake. It's not a WhatsApp group, it's a Facebook group. I'm sorry about that. There is no WhatsApp group, it's a Facebook group, and I'm sorry. It was by mistake I said WhatsApp group. It is a Facebook group. WhatsApp is too difficult to manage and too many complications, so Facebook is simple and everybody can be part of it. Yes, Jilan said anyone can register now also for the course. Yes, you can register. There is no problem, Jinal. If you want, I can send you a link. You can forward the link. And they can view the videos of previous presentations and they can join our current course as well. Anandaji shared the link of, I just shared the link of the Facebook group. Okay, Jilan has the link. Thank you, Jilan. You can please extend beyond the 8 weeks. Okay, so now we'll try. We'll try to finish, but if not, then we'll extend it beyond 8 weeks. Yes. Friend wants to join. Okay, let me send you the link for registration. 1 second. Let me find the link and I'll send you. 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to share the link with you to register for this course. And we'll continue. I'm going to start another course in month of August. So if you really want to register for the month of August also, let me know. There's another batch starting on 2nd of August for 8 weeks. And those people are from Australia. So that will be as per the Australian time. There are a group of people from Australia who wants to join this course. And but the timings are not suitable for them. So I am designing a course for them as per the Australian timing, which will be 8 o'clock early morning as per the India time on Sunday. So I will send you the link for that as well. Let me send you the link for this current course. 1 second. The computer is a little slow here. Yeah, so yeah, thank you, Nishtha, joining from UAE. Really pleasure to have you here. The same one is the same course. Yeah, it's the same Bhagavad Gita course for Australian audience. They wanted according to their time zone, so we designed a course for them, Bhagavad Gita course for the Australian devotee, Australian interested enthusiast. So this is the link. Forward this link to your contacts who wants to join the current course. And then next course link I can send you whenever it is going to start in the month of August. So this is a link for the current course, so anybody can join. Thank you. And please read Bhagavad Gita whenever you get a chance. You had mentioned that you also have a course on good food. What and when is that? We will start, that's called Food Yoga, the course called Food Yoga. And I'm in process of creating a virtual course of Food Yoga. And once it is ready, I will email it link to you. Okay, Sonali needs a link for all the recordings. Okay, I will. Can you send me an email, Sonali? I will have to look for all the links now. Food yoga, yes, Charuji, I will send you the link for the food yoga. Wants to Jigna. Actually, I'm sorry, I said by mistake. There is no WhatsApp group. It's the Facebook group. I don't know why did I say WhatsApp group, but it's just a reflex. It's all. Sonali, can you email me? So that I will send you vcc_bay@gmail.com. Send me a link. Send me question or anything, and I'll. Sonali, please email me at this address and I'll send you a link for all the recordings. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Wish you all a happy weekend. Oh, definitely. I will send you. All of you are in my mailing list. So when we have a food yoga session, we will send you the information, all the upcoming. Haribol, Nikhil, Haribol. Thank you. Okay, pleasure to have you all. We'll see you again next week. Thank you. Namaste.